Hey guys, welcome to my channel Tukuto. My name is Tokoni. Today I'm going to be showing you people how to take accurate tape measurement. That's how to read your tape accurately without any difficulty. I'll try my best to be as detailed as possible. So moving forward, tape rule. There are like two that I know of, two different kind of tape rule. That's the 8 and the 16. That is sorry, that the 8. You see this line here as 1 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one comes in 8 lines. Why there are some that come in 16? Yeah, they come in 16 lines. That's these lines here are up to 16 before the next whole number. So most of our tapes here, most times they all come in 8 lines and all. So first of all, I'm going to be starting with the one that come in 8 lines. So you see this 0 is this one. Then we have because they come in 8 lines, so everything is divided by everything is over 8, sorry. So we have 1 over 8, we have 2 over 8, we have 3 over 8, we have 4 over 8, we have 5 over 8, 6 over 8, 7 over 8, then 8 over 8. Do you understand? So 1 over 8, there's nothing that can divide 1 over 8. So we're just going to leave it like that. So that's why we have this here, 1 over 8. Then moving to the next one. The next one is 2 over 8. Now we have 2 over 8. Then if you check, instead of leaving instead of leaving it like that, there's a way we can make the fraction a little bit. There's a way we can make the fraction smaller. So using 2 now to divide that 2 over 8, because we're supposed to have 2 over 8 here. Using 2 to divide that 2 over 8, that's 2 here is 1, then 2 here is 4. So that's how we'll have this 1 over 4. Then moving to 3 over 8, we know that okay, there's no number that can divide both of them. Instead we start getting decimal number, so it's best to just leave it like that. Then move to the next one, which is 4 over 8. 4 over 8, then getting to 2 into 4 rather, sorry, will give us 2, then 2 into 8 will give us 4. We can still divide it again. Looking at it, then we'll not divide it. 2 into 2 will give us 1, then 2 into 4 will give us 2. Look what I'm trying to say. We have, this is 3 over 8. The next one's supposed to be 4 over 8. Then we'll bring in 2. Either you use 2 or you can just go ahead and use 4 straight up. Anyone is fine. So that's how we get, let's say I'm using 4. Then you have 4 in 4, 1, then 4 in 8 gives us 2. Or use 2. 2, that's how they use 2 again. Anyone is fine. Then move to the next one, that's 5 over 8. Nothing can divide it. Then move to the next one. The next one is 6 over 8. Then we use 2 to divide that 6 and 8. That's how we got our 3/4. Then the next one is 7 or 8. Means nothing can divide it. Then the next one is 8 over 8. 8 divided by 8, it's 1. So that's how we got this whole number 1. So next one is these are the ones that come in 16 lines. It's very easy. You just say 1 over 16, 2 over 16. That's how you keep on going. And then there are some that cannot be divided. You leave those ones like that. Then the ones that can be divided, like all these one, it's just like the same thing with this 8 lines, but just this one comes in 16. But okay, let me use for example now we have 1 over 16. Then we'll have 2 over 16. If you check, if you use 2 now to divide, you're going to have 1 over 8. That's why we're having 1 over 8. And if you check this other one, this is 1 over 8. So it's just like the same thing. Do you understand? I don't know how to explain it now. Like this one now is 8 lines. Let's just say you're just using the inner lines. If you use the inner lines in between 8 lines, to just be like 16. That's why it looks almost like the same thing. Like now we have 0. Then the next one is 1 over 16. You can just use this inner line. Nothing can be divided. It cannot be divided. So you move to the next one, which is this one. That's 2 over 16. And then if you divide, you have 1 over 8, which is the same thing as this 8 lines. I don't know if you understand. So that's how you keep on going. 2 over 16, 3 over 16. The ones that can be divided, you reduce it to smaller fractions. Then the ones that cannot be divided, you leave it like that. So that's it. So the main thing why I'm doing this class is because of the decimals. You know that sometimes that's why especially when we are trying to get circumference, like all this circumference, you know, all this circumference that we use for all this flea and everything, there are sometimes we get decimal numbers and then we'll be wondering where we want to place our chalk to get the measurement and all. So now this is for the 8-line table. If you check, we have 1/8. When you divide 1/8 on your calculator, you're going to get 0.125. So when you divide your okay, then we'll have 1.4. That's sorry. I'm doing like try to be easy to understand. You see this 1/8 here. This is for the 8 lines. You see this 1/8. If you divide it 1/8, you'll be getting 0.125. And this is it. So this is 1/8. This is 1/4. This is 3/8. This is 1/2. This is 5/8. This is 3/4. This is 7/8. So when we're having decimals like oh, you check your decimal, then you're having decimal points like decimal number rather like 6.363 using this line 6.375, which is the same thing as 3/8. So that's it. So that's how you just keep on doing. Like if you get any decimal place, you just check your. That's why I will advise that we try and get this table. Like you just get a plain paper and write all these decimals, write from the scale, write them out, write your decimals, so that when you have measurements like that, you can quickly pick up the paper and check where it is. That's if you're not used to it already. But if you're used to it, fine, no problem. Then this is the 16th line. That's this 16 line rather. Sorry, when you have a table of 16 lines, or either you can still even use this one of 8 lines to still get the 16 line, like what I told you, just in between the lines, in between these lines. If you put a line in between them, you get your 16 lines. Okay. Well, you can see I have 1/16. I got 0.0625. I have 2/16. My 2/16 is the same thing as 1/8. Do you understand? So that's why I'm having 1.125. So I have 3/16, 4/16, 5, and so on and so on. So okay, let me say I'm having a measurement like 7.1875. Do you understand? I'm having a measurement of 7.1875. And then I'll just come to my table. I have my 7, and then I will move into my 0.185. This is where my 185 is here, because you have 1, you have 2, you have 3. Because 0.1875 is the same thing as 3/16, so it will be in between this 1/4 and this other line. That's how I'm going to have my 0.1875. So that's how it just is. Like it's very easy and straightforward. Just to make things easy for you, you get your 18 lines table, you have your 8 lines table, and you divide all of them by 1/16, 2/16, and so on. Then 1/8, 2/8, down to 8/8, 1/16, 2/16, down to 16/16. Then you divide each and every one of them to give you different decimals. Which you're going to put down. Although some numbers in the 16 lines are the same things. Thank you for watching my channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share to your friends so that they can also gain from this teaching.